Picture this, a tiny tugboat suddenly making bigger waves than a whole bunch of huge aircraft carriers. Yesterday in the markets, something super rare happened. Experts call it a 3 sigma event, the kind of thing books say almost never happens. The silver ETF called SLV traded more shares in one day than the S&P 500, which is supposed to be the most traded thing ever. This is real, not a mistake, and no one just hit the wrong button. This is like the financial system having a heart attack. When something Wall Street thinks is old and dead suddenly gets more money moving through it than the top 500 American companies put together, it means something big is broken underneath. Right now, turn off the TV. Close that funny video or dance trend. The biggest joke in the world is happening live on the stock screens. If you ignore it, it could cost you all your savings for when you're old. What I'm about to tell you isn't just a guess about tomorrow's weather. It's like finding a treasure map in a house that's on fire. Where are you right now? In a tall building in New York, a basement in London, or sitting outside in Tokyo with some gold in your pocket? Tell me in the comments if you're holding paper investments or real physical stuff. Let's see who's got more people on their side. To really get why this feels so scary, we have to look past the shiny surface of Wall Street and see the old, rusty parts underneath. Let's compare these two things side by side so you can see how crazy it is. On one side is the S&P 500. It stands for the 500 biggest companies in America, worth more than $45 trillion together. That's where almost everyone's retirement money sits, like a giant ocean. On the other side is the silver market. It's tiny, worth only about $100 billion worldwide, smaller than one single toy store company. But yesterday, that tiny puddle had more trading than the huge ocean. The SLV fund traded over 150 million shares in just 6.5 hours. When you do the math on the real value, it's something normal rules can't explain. A small, forgotten thing is being traded super fast. This isn't normal people like your grandma buying and selling. This is high-speed computers and trading machines grinding away, passing the same stuff back and forth super quick. Let's look inside how the SLV fund really works. It's not like you buy real silver and lock it away. A few big, powerful banks, called authorized participants, control it. Only they can make new shares or take old ones away. Here's how it goes. When lots of people want the shares, the price goes a little higher than real silver's price. Then those banks jump in. They sell shares short to push the price down, and they say they're buying real silver to back the new shares. It sounds okay, but the problem is how fast the money turns over. The data shows 1 ounce of silver in the fund gets sold 356 times in a year. That means the same bar in a London vault gets sold to 356 different people in just 1 year. That's fake-looking supply. Why make so much trading that it beats the whole stock market? It's about controlling the price with tons of trades. If you want to keep a beach ball underwater, you don't push it down forever. You just spin a strong swirl of water around it so it can't come up. The computers buy and sell the same silver thousands of times a second, making a thick wall of orders. Normally, when China and India buy a lot, the price should shoot straight up. But here the price stays flat while trading goes crazy. That means someone is throwing endless paper silver at the top price to soak up all the buying. But here's the big issue. You can print money, you can make endless paper contracts, you can make a computer sell billions of shares in a flash, but you can't print real silver. The system is trying to use paper to satisfy real hunger for the metal. On the COMEX exchange, the leverage is now 42 to 1. That means for every real ounce in the vault, 42 people hold paper saying they own it. It's like a bank with one $100 bill, but giving deposit slips to 400 people. As long as they just trade the slips, it looks fine. But what if just 2 people show up at the same time wanting real cash? This huge volume beating the S&P 500 is the alarm going off. People are losing trust in the paper game. The smart money doesn't want to hold paper anymore. They're trading super fast to get out or move to something safer. We're seeing a big split. Screens show trillions in fake value, but real silver piles are disappearing. The people making the market are stuck in their own trap. They have to trade even faster to hide that the back room is empty. This isn't a computer bug. It's what happens when a system is dying. When real silver gets more trading action than the biggest tech companies, it means money isn't working as a safe place to keep value anymore. It's like a hot potato everyone wants to pass in 1 second. Forget old stories about silver in 1980. If you want to know what's coming for silver soon, look at March 8th, 2022. That day, the London Metal Exchange ruined its 145-year name in one morning. I'm talking about the nickel crash. Nickel price doubled fast, hitting $100,000 a ton. A huge Chinese company with a giant short bet got hit with a huge bill and almost broke the big Western brokers. What did the exchange do? They stopped everything. They shut the market for a week and even canceled all the trades from that morning. Billions in profits for real buyers vanished with one decision, just to save the short sellers. Why mention nickel when we talk silver? Because in February 2026, silver looks just like nickel did right before it blew up. The crazy volume we saw yesterday is like nickel 2.0 getting ready. The big banks with short bets are stuck. But this time it's not just small traders against them. The whole world map has changed. The West loves paper and derivatives. The East is quietly stacking real metal. China and India know that in a broken world, Western paper can get frozen any time. Only real stuff in your own safe is safe. Look at the real flows. In the last year, huge amounts of silver went to Asia, making a record shortage in the West. Vaults in London and COMEX in New York are at super low levels. This makes a weird problem. Paper price in New York stays low, but real price in Shanghai is way higher, so people buy in the West and ship to the East, sucking metal out. When London broke in 2022, it hurt steel and batteries. But silver is people's money. Silver is the weak spot in trust for regular dollars. We're in a quiet money war. West has printers and paper markets. East has mines, factories, and real need. When paper volume hits peaks like today, it usually means short sellers are fighting hard to hide that real silver is scarce. But buyers in the East don't care about paper price. They just keep buying until the shelves are empty. History will do nickel again. But this time, there might not be an exchange strong enough to stop it, cancel trades, and save everything. Welcome to the age of AI, where tech people in California tell you the future is all code and data in the cloud. But let me tell you the plain truth from someone who cares about real stuff. AI doesn't just use electricity, it eats metal, and silver is its favorite food. Forget solar panels or electric cars for a second. The real monster is AI data centers. Ever wonder why NVIDIA stock went wild? It's not software. It's because they sell the fanciest metal blocks ever made. Look at new AI chips like Blackwell or Rubin in 2026. To think super fast, signals need to move almost at light speed without too much heat. Copper is too slow and gets too hot. Gold is great, but way too costly and soft. You can't build the whole world on gold unless you want computers priced like countries. That leaves silver. Silver is the best at carrying electricity and heat we know. It's the blood in AI machines. Every time you use ChatGPT or make an AI video, trillions of calculations run through silver wires, connections, and parts. AI servers use silver not just in chips, but in power bars, inverters, and switches to stay running. Here's a wild number. In 2023, electronics used only about 20% of world silver. But by 2026, with AI exploding, it's almost 40%. Microsoft and Google spend over $100 billion every 3 months on new stuff. Where does it go? Not to the sky. It goes to real metal. They're grabbing every bit of silver for their server parts. But here's the bad part I call the curse of metal dust. Silver in jewelry or spoons can be melted and used again. Silver in AI gets turned into tiny particles, thinner than hair, locked in circuit boards. When a chip dies after 3 to 5 years, that silver is almost impossible to get back cheaply. It becomes trash and gets buried. We dig rare silver from deep ground, clean it at huge cost, then turn it to dust and bury it again. AI can draw a flying cat in space, but this is crazy waste. This hunger is bigger than ever. Big tech is scared. They don't say it in meetings, but look at what they do. Why do they sign secret deals straight with refineries? Why send people to mines in Mexico and Peru? Because they know you can write tons of code fast, but a new silver mine takes 15 years to open. AI grows super fast. Silver mining stays slow or even drops. When those lines cross, and my info says they crossed this morning with that volume spike, we get a huge shortage like never seen. One day, money won't buy AI chips because there's no silver left to carry the power. Silicon Valley bets everything on AI. But they forgot a basic rule. Code is endless, but real stuff is limited. When limited runs out, endless falls apart. Yesterday's silver volume wasn't just betting. It was the cry of an industry seeing the blood supply for AI drying up. We're at the start of the worst hardware shortage ever. Funny enough, the smartest tech gets beaten by an old, simple metal. So after all these big numbers, crazy charts, and AI eating metal like crazy, the real question is, what should normal people like us do? Let me tell you a quick story. Imagine the fanciest seafood place ever. You pay $50 to get in. Your ticket says all-you-can-eat lobster. You see thousands of people with the same ticket. They're trading tickets back and forth, price going from $50 to $60 to $70. Everyone feels rich, but no one checks the kitchen. If they did, they'd see the chef is gone and only 3 lobsters are in the pot. Silver volume beating S&P 500 yesterday is when people start smelling smoke from the kitchen. They're passing tickets fast, Not because they want lobster, but because they want to sell to someone else before everyone sees there are almost no lobsters. When you hold SLV shares or COMEX futures, you don't own silver. You own a promise. You're holding a lobster ticket. And promises are the easiest thing to break when things get bad. What might happen next? I don't have magic sight, but history shows two hard lessons. First possibility, the last big scare. Don't be shocked if tomorrow or next week silver price crashes hard, maybe $5 or $10 down. Why? Big banks who sold too much short want to scare you. They want you to think silver is junk and sell fast so they can buy back cheap and get out. If price drops with no real bad news, just smile. That's a sale. Second possibility, the can't get it moment. Price on screen doesn't move much, but you can't buy real silver. Coin shops say no. Online says sold out. Then paper price means nothing. Real silver value gets decided in quiet deals, maybe 2 or 3 times higher than TV shows. My honest advice as a friend, not an official advisor. I don't want trouble. Don't try to get super rich fast. Don't borrow to buy silver, hoping to double money quick for a fancy car. That's gambling, and gamblers lose to the house. Think like a farmer saving food for winter. Buy what you can hold in your hand, a coin or small bar. Feel how heavy it is. That's real. When internet fails, banks freeze, or computers go wild, that metal is still yours. No password needed, no power needed, no glitches. Don't stress about tomorrow's price. Look far ahead. AI needs it. Weapons need it. Solar needs it. They can't make more. You're holding something key for the modern world. And don't let greed take over. If prices go nuts, sell some to make life better. Get a good dinner for family. Fix your house. Don't keep it all forever. Money only matters if it helps you live. I put all the numbers, charts, and weak spots into one big report. If you want more details, check the link below. For now, turn off the screen. Go outside. Breathe fresh air. Hug people you love. And remember, when promises are fake, trust something with real weight. Stay safe. Talk soon after the storm.